Mixed reactions trailing the recent impeachment proceedings against Rivers State Governor Siminalayi Fubara over allegations of gross misconduct brought by 26 members of the Rivers State House of Assembly. Emmanuel reports that while many see the action of the Assembly members as an exercise of their constitutional rights, others believe it is not in the best interest of the state, given the distractions the state has gone through already. The report.
The crisis between the Rivers State Governor Siminalayi Fubara and members of the Rivers State House of Assembly took a new twist on Thursday as the Assembly members initiated impeachment proceedings against the governor. The allegations include unconstitutional expenditure and misappropriation of public funds, hindering Assembly members from performing their constitutional duties, illegal appointments and seizure of salaries of Assembly members, among others. While many see the Assembly members as justified in view of their constitutional responsibility, others call for caution.
It's not about saying what you have done wrong. Also, the governor has a right to respond to those things. It's not that when it is served, it means that the governor has been impeached.
If you allow the governor to work and you allow him that room to work, I will bet you there is nothing there. If you want the governor to restrict his spending within the arms of the government or within the provisions of the law, you don't pass that communication by starting an impeachment process.
To others, the recent development is quite unfortunate after the previous incidents, which led to a declaration of state of emergency. Hence, timely intervention by stakeholders in the state is imperative.
I want the traditional rulers who are apolitical. I'm looking at the strong Rivers people in the industry. I'm looking at even religious leaders of Rivers interests to stand up and make a stand and make a point that, look, it's about time we begin to talk of Rivers State and deliver Rivers State.
The ongoing impeachment move against Rivers State Governor Siminalayi Fubara has thrown the state into yet another phase of political uncertainty. For residents, the biggest concern is that political battles may distract leaders from addressing urgent issues in Port Harcourt. Emmanuel Lene, NTA News.
And joining me to throw more light on matters arising from the impeachment notice to the Rivers State Governor Siminalayi Fubara is Dr. Emmanuel Weke, the lecturer, Public Affairs. You're welcome, sir.
Thank you very much, and good morning, Nigeria.
Thank you for joining us on the program.
Thank you very much.
Okay, you just heard the report by the reporter there now. Can you just give us a recap of the events leading to the present situation in Rivers State now?
Like your background story has captured, Rivers citizens received the news of the impeachment notice to our governor with mixed feelings. Mixed feelings because it is just a new year, and we had expected that probably we're going to hear so much about the plans of the government. When we mean government, we're talking about the legislature and then the executive. And then again, we're also in shock, counting that the two parties involved in the political contest are now in one political fold, talking about the leading party in Nigeria, APC. So we had expected that such matters would have first and foremost have been resolved, or if there were issues, probably they would have done it within their caucus as a political party. However, we are here right now, and then we are in the know that a notice of impeachment has been sent to the governor of Rivers State. But we have seen some of those items as listed. We have seen that, look, the governor before now had told us that why he demolished the State House of Assembly complex was for structural, loss of integrity. And then we also have seen when he made a statement that the appropriation bill for 2026 will be presented in that complex. So we are yet to know what. We cannot balance it until we get a response from the governor, who will also understand what they also mean by extra-budgetary expenditure, because we learned that under the sole administrator, while the emergency rule lasted, had the budget passed by the Assembly. So they are lawmakers who are yet to wait until we understand that the response of the governor, some of these allegations they have made. But very interestingly, they have also added the deputy governor. And then we're also wondering if at any point the governor delegated a duty to his deputy, which she derelicted, and that will warrant the inquiry of the legislature asking why she has to derelict on her duties. So we wait to get the full details of all of this by the time the governor responds.
Okay, from all that you have said concerning this issue now, do you think there is any justification for this move?
Well, they have their right to dictate when the executive, doesn't go in line with the dictates of the Constitution as lawmakers. Okay. And then whether they are in the right direction or not depends on the background, the psychology we already have about the state. Mm-hmm. So there are a whole lot of suspicions regarding their activities, especially on the fact that the first thing they have to present in the year would be the impeachment of the governor, who had expected one language of calm to the people of Rivers State. At least Happy New Year, citizens of Rivers State would have been enough.
Are there options, or what do you think are the steps?
Now, right now, we are thinking,
open to the governor,
Yeah, we are thinking that not just to the governor, but for the entire people of Rivers State, because the climate, the commercial climate, the economic climate of Rivers State appears to be tense. We expect that the President of Federal Republic of Nigeria, who is also a member of the political party where these two contesting parties belong to, will call them to order. Why do I say so? Because we've heard from the governor's angle saying they are supporting the president, and then the legislators are also saying they are supporting the president. So why will two contesting units, why would there be dissidence in a situation where the two persons are supporting one person? So we expect that the president, and as a matter of fact, the ruling party should call the parties to order. And then we also see that some of these activities might be having some kind of psychological attack on the governor, who we think should find time to think about innovations on how to better the lots of Rivers people and its citizens. So we expect that all of this drama and magic will come. Magic because we are seeing that these persons are in the same party, and they are also, canvassing for the support of one man called our president. So we expect that there should be calm. Let's not be having this paradox.
Okay. Rivers people are so concerned about what is going on. And then PANDEF, Pan-Niger Delta Forum, has set up a committee to mediate. What influence do you think this will have on this issue?
PANDEF should mediate in the sense that the institutions, I'm an advocate of institutionalism. Okay. They should advocate on the strength of institutions. I had some kind of issue the last time that the president had to call somebody that is not representing an institution or immediate institution in Rivers State to an agreement or to a meeting. So we expect that this time around we are going to see probably the Rivers State House of Assembly and the executive arm to know what is the matter, what is giving rise to all of this, and not probably, because if you continue to call another factor that is not representing institution in Rivers State, it is not leaving a legacy. It is portraying to the society or the younger ones a situation of political bullying in the nearest future, where if you have the political connections, you cannot bully on others. So we expect that PANDEF will go straight ahead as elders of the region to say it the way it should be. Institutionalism, constitutionalism has to be upheld.
Okay. Then finally, what's your take? What's your advice to stakeholders and people of Rivers State? What do you have to tell them?
Now, the people of Rivers State have to continue to support the government of Rivers State. What we mean by government of Rivers State, we're talking about the judiciary, we're talking about the legislature, and then the executive arm. We have to continue to allow peace to reign. They should not dance to the music played by the politicians who do not know the reason behind all of this they are doing. So we expect that there should be a continued support to the government of Rivers State by the citizens.
Okay. Thank you, Dr. Imanweke, for sharing your thoughts with us on the program. Really appreciate you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for sharing. Air Force, operating under the Joint Task Force of Operation Hadinkai, has recorded another significant operational success following a coordinated air interdiction operation conducted by Abuja Timbuktu Triangle on 8 January 2026, acting on actionable multi-source intelligence that confirmed active terrorist presence, structures, and confirmed logistics facilities in its area. NAV air assets were employed in integrated surveillance and precision strike roles to engage identified targets. A statement by the Director of Public Relations and Information, Air Commodore Ehimen Ejodame, indicates that the operations was deliberately designed to degrade terrorist capability, deny sanctuary, and shape the battle space for ground forces in strict adherence to establish rules of engagement and the protection of non-combatants. The Chief of the Air Staff, Air Marshal Sunday Aneke, stated that the success of the mission reflects the Nigerian Air Force's resolve to dominate the air domain and support of joint operations while delivering precise and decisive air power to support of ground forces. Reaffirming the NAV's posture, Air Marshal Aneke emphasized that air operations would remain elements and intelligence driven. Chief of Staff, Lieutenant General Y.D. Shaibu, has reaffirmed the federal government's determination to address security challenges and welfare of personnel in the country. Correspondent reports that this was during the maiden visit to 6th Division, Boricamp, Port Harcourt. The reports. The visit of the Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Y.D. Shaibu, to 6th Division Port Harcourt Barracks is the first since his assumption of office. Aware of the task before the armed forces, he is in Port Harcourt to get first-hand information of the division's combat readiness and welfare of officers under his area of responsibility.
I'm here in 6th Division area of responsibility for my maiden operational visit to see what they are doing, to look at their challenges and where we'll come in to address them so that they can go about doing their job seamlessly. Their job around here revolve around the protection of critical national infrastructures, which impact on our own economy as well. So once they do their job very well, I think everything will be okay.
Addressing men and officers of the division at the 29 Battalion Parade Ground, he charged the troops to carry out their duties conscientiously and be obedient to their officers as their welfare is of priority.
Your job here is very key to protecting critical national infrastructures to impact positively on the economy of the country. So you need to take your job here very seriously, disciplined, committed, and dedicated to the mandate of this division.
The maiden visit of the Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Y.D. Shaibu, underscores the Army's commitment to operational readiness and personnel welfare in Port Harcourt. Nigeria's livestock industry is steadily transitioning towards a more sustainable and resilient future driven by the deployment of artificial insemination and embryo transfer centers across the country. The latest facility inaugurated in Sokoto State is part of the federal government's strategy to scale up improved animal breeds for enhanced beef and dairy production. The center was commissioned by the Minister of Livestock Development, Idi Mukhtar Maiha, as part of efforts to boost productivity, strengthen food security, and modernize the livestock value chain. Yusuf Yusuf Jika.
Initial insemination and embryo transfer centers were established by the World Bank-supported Livestock Productivity and Resilience Support Project in collaboration with the Sokoto State Government to drive a new era of globally competitive livestock production. Equipped with the state-of-the-art facilities, the center will be managed by 30 trained personnel with robust sustainability measures already in place to ensure long-term operations.
Artificial insemination in LPRES project is under component 2, that is livestock value chain enhancement. It's 100% at the state to improve breeding, because there's no way you can do animal production without improving the breed. Animal that will give you 2 liters will now give you 10 liters. Animal that will give you so kilogram of carcass will now give you more kilogram.
To guarantee efficiency and effectiveness, the facility has been provided with a liquid nitrogen plant capable of producing up to 100 liters per day for the safe preservation of semen and other reproductive materials.
Beyond just artificial insemination, we are confident that we can also move to the next step by getting to the next level of embryo transfer, now that we are sure we have liquid nitrogen. And with liquid nitrogen, you can also store your semen, your embryos for the next 50 years and revive them.
In addition, several livestock clusters across Sokoto State have benefited from LPRES support, including feed crushers, motorcycles, and other livestock development packages aimed at strengthening value chains and deepening enterprise growth. In Sokoto, Yusuf Jika, NTA News.
The federal government has unveiled a comprehensive policy framework that prioritizes the use of standardized, durable textbooks designed to last between 4 and 6 years, while expressly prohibiting the bundling of disposable workbooks with textbooks in schools, which intends to ensure the reuse of learning materials across multiple academic sessions. In a statement by the Director of Press and Public Relations, Folashade Boriowo, a uniform academic calendar has also been introduced to promote consistency in teaching, learning, and schools planning across the country, which responds to long-standing concerns over frequent but cosmetic textbooks revisions, weak ranking standards, and practices that compel parents to purchase new textbooks annually without corresponding improvements in content or learning outcomes. In addition to government's resolve to safeguard educational standards and reduce costs for parents, graduation ceremonies have been streamlined, allowing only pupils and students completing primary, 6, junior secondary school, 3 JSS 3, and senior secondary school SS3 to hold graduation ceremonies. A new batch of over 700 youths and women in Bayelsa State are set to benefit from federal government's Livelihood Improvement Family Enterprises and Niger Delta projects aimed at boosting agribusiness and livelihoods. Financing and coordinating stakeholders at the orientation exercise for additional financing urged the trainees to be committed, utilize, and maximize the opportunity to contribute to food supply, self-reliance, and employers of labor. Ibinimi Zitinola reports.
Livelihood Improvement Family Enterprises and the Niger Delta Life ND Project, a joint venture between IFAD, federal government, NDDC, and the state governments, is empowering young people in Bayelsa and women in agro-business. The Life ND's project success over the years has attracted more funding. To build on these gains, 717 incubatees have been onboarded and oriented on their roles and the program's regulatory framework.
The new zeal with which the current leadership, they are approaching the Life ND program in line with the vision of the governor, I am reasonably certain we will make massive progress in the coming months or years.
We have a lot of infrastructures already on ground. We have a lot of training centers, incubation centers, and right now we have actually selected 717 beneficiaries for the additional financing.
The MOU basically spells out the expectation from the project expectation from the incubators and from the incubators, and it helps them to know what they are going into.
The program is well packaged in a way that there is a place for training, there is a place for also mentorship, and also for them to set up their own centers as beneficiaries of the program.
These potential agro entrepreneurs are upbeat.
I'm promising Life ND that I will work with all of my strengths, give it my dedication and my time to ensure that I, as the name implies, livelihood, that I create a livelihood for myself.
I have tried to identify with my incubators, and I'm going to put in my best to make sure I do not fall short or fall by the way.
Trainings are ongoing in Ogbia, Nembi and Kolokuma-Pokoma local government areas. Additional financing will build on the project's successes, boost earnings, food security and job creation. In Yenegua, Ebinimi Zitemiola, NTA News.
It is common to witness a surge in waste leading to the deaths on the streets and environmental concerns following festivities such as usually seen during the end of the year. However, the case is the reverse this year, as the River State government, through its waste management agency, is taking necessary steps to ensure prompt disposal of waste generated during the festivities. Kiru visited some parts of the metropolis and now reports.
Port Harcourt is one of the oil-producing states in the country and one of the major economic hubs, and has been known for its greenery. Hence, it is called the Garden City. Over the years, due to the increase in population and development, the sanitary condition became a source of concern for residents, especially after festivities. However, this year appears to be different, as most parts of the metropolis visited by the NTA crew after the end of the year celebrations indicate that the sanitary conditions has improved. Others observe that keeping the state clean is a collective effort, urging the state government and relevant agencies to ensure a task force is established to put an end to indiscriminate dumping of refuse in the state.
I think this year, last year and this year is better off compared to last 3 years ago.
Yes, Port Harcourt is clean with the current government.
Concerning the neatness of the state, I think they did a very good job this year.
Managing Director, River State Waste Management Agency, Dr. Ibimina Wokoma, emphasized the importance of effective waste disposal by residents.
The Christmas period and the New Year season is a period that is packed with activities, events and ceremonies, festivals, a lot of things. So there's also expected high volumes of and tonnages of waste that will be generated at that time. As an agency, we anticipated this, and then we ensured that our service providers, they were not on vacation, they were around, they were working.
For many residents, the improved waste disposal is a welcome change after the festivities, with expectations that the tempo will be sustained in the weeks ahead. In Port Harcourt, Nkiru Onyejesi, NTA News.
And let's now join Abuja for sports update.
Let's begin with today's 2025 AFCON quarter-final features as the Super Eagles of Nigeria take on Algeria at the Stade de Marrakech by 5 p.m. Nigerian time, with fans optimistic of a positive result. Nigeria and Algeria have met 22 times in international football. Algeria have recorded 10 wins. Nigeria have 9 victories, while 3 matches ended in draws. The Super Eagles, runner-up to Côte d'Ivoire at the last AFCON, booked their place in the last 8 with a convincing 4-0 victory over Mozambique on Monday.
My mind right now is revenge. We need to revenge what Algeria did for us the last time we met at the semi-finals, and I think we have a much stronger squad than we had the last time we met. So I'm expecting a 2-1 win, a 1-0 win, because I think it's going to be a tough match, and I think our boys are ready.
In the second quarter-final, over 6-3, 6-4. Sabalenka, who is aiming for a 3rd Australian Open title in 4 years, will face Marta Kochiok in the final. Kochiok earlier defeated 4th seed Jessica Pegula 6-0, 6-3. With sport updates, Peter Oibo, NTA News.
From Port Harcourt, thank you for watching. Bye for now.